Hey nerds, look what I got. It's a Yolopark Megatron AMK series. Oh, look at that. Let's get it out of the box. And here we have one of the best villains from 80s cartoons. Look at the amazing packaging on this Megatron figure from Yolopark. Look at this. This is just a sleeve that comes right off. Bam. And then we have even cooler packaging behind it. Look at that. The way the light catches that. Sick. I'm loving that. Let's get this open. Let's see right here at the top. Slide this out. Ooh, set this aside. So inside the box we have two levels of awesomeness. We have our Megatron Model Kit, and we have his weapons and stand to put together as well. And of course we have the wonderful instructions as well, front and back. Definitely going to need these to put together this awesome figure. Alright, let's start putting this bad boy together. And of course, we're going to start off with the head. And what's cool, he comes with 3 different interchangeable faceplates. We got this one right here. They just pop right off. You pop the new one right in just like this. Bam. And then here's my favorite one coming up. It's the smiley face one. Oh, loving that. And then we're going to take this torso piece out and pop the head right on that peg on top. And a really fun feature about this torso piece is the chest plate is interchangeable. We can pop on a battle damage one. Looking super cool on Megatron. Now we start putting together the arms by taking the shoulder peg and pushing that into the bicep. And then we take the hand and we're going to attach that at the wrist. And then we take that whole arm and we're going to pop it into the torso. Nice and easy like this. Bam. And then we do the exact same thing to the opposite side. We're going to put the shoulder into the bicep. We're going to put the hand into the wrist. And then we're going to take the whole arm we've just made and snap it into the torso. And we have a complete upper half of Megatron. And then we can move on to the lower half of Megatron where we take out the hips and we're going to attach both legs, left and right. Super easy, just pops right onto the pegs just like that. Look at how cool that looks. And now we get to attach his feet so he can stand up without falling over, right? We're going to push the foot into the ankle right there. There's a nice little peg, should pop in nice and easy. Do the same thing on the other side. And we got 2 feet working. And then we have the whole bottom half completed and we can now attach it to the top half and make a completed Megatron. Now that we have our Megatron model kit put together, we can take a closer look at him and appreciate all the finer details. Look at the way the metal's been kind of worn there. All the details in the feet. Look at that in the little chest, torso area. Really cool. I love this smiley face too. Out of the 3, this is my favorite one. Very sturdy figure too. Like, he feels very hefty. Nice weight to him. Doesn't feel like he's going to fall apart. Really liking this figure a whole lot right now. Let's take a look at his articulation now. And I always like to start with the feet. Look at that. We got some up and down in there. We have the ankle rocker. And then we actually have toes on him too. Look at that. That's a nice touch right there. The knees double jointed. Look at how far back they go. That is really awesome right there. It goes forward a little bit too if you need to do that. But seriously, that is some great bend right there on this figure. He spins at the thigh right here. Now it might look like he doesn't have a lot of hip articulation, but check this out. This plate right here in the front kicks forward, and look at how much room you get for his leg to move up. That is absolutely awesome. Also on the side, this one goes up too, and you can get this boy in the splits. Check it out. That's pretty great, honestly. Going backwards, you're not going to get quite as much movement as you do going forward, but that's absolutely wonderful. He does spin at the waist right here, and if you look at the back, you'll notice that he does actually have some like crunch. See the way that comes up? He gets a little bit of crunch out of that, a little bit of lean forward. So that's a nice little touch as well. And then we have some articulation at the chest. We got some fun left and right lean. And then we do have some crunch in there as well. Let's see, a little bit forward. Get the arm out of the way and we can see it better. A little bit forward, a little bit back. Some nice movement right there on that upper area combined with the bottom. And you get a pretty decent crunch out of a figure this size. His shoulders spin all the way around. They come up that far. And then there's a joint here where they kick forward. Check that out. And get his hands out like this, and you get a little clapping motion because he's happy you went and bought the figure. He spins all the way around at the bicep, and then we have a single jointed elbow, but check out the articulation on this. That is very good right there. The hand can spin all the way around at the wrist, and then actually it moves in. Check this out right there. You see that movement? Nice little articulation in the wrist right there. So the hand does actually have its own articulation as well. We have a thumb movement right there on that joint. His index finger moves independently on the 2 joints we see right there. And then the bottom 3 fingers move all together, but also have 2 joints. So you can actually get him into a fist. His head can spin around all the way to the left or the right. Has some fun left and right lean in there. He looks up about that far and down that far, which not a lot, right? But check this out. You tilt this up and look how far down he looks now. You can like totally get these fun little shots looking down at his enemies. That's really awesome. Fun little articulation they added right there. Makes the head a lot more fun to pose. Now let's take a look at Megatron's accessories, starting with the stand. That's the base of it, and we're going to take the big arm right here, attach this little piece right here. That's articulation for the claw. Then we attach a little claw or a grabber, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to take this whole piece and we're going to attach it to the base. You see right there, it just pops in all together, nice and easy. And you can see the range of motion that it has. Really pretty decent on a stand this size and for a figure this big. And now let's take Megatron and put him on the stand and show you guys that it can actually support his weight. Look at it holding him up. Very decent stand for a figure, again, that's pretty heavy. So now let's take a look at Megatron's weapons, and of course he has to have this arm cannon. There's a little hole on his forearm and a peg on the arm cannon. Put them together, and look at that bad boy. And then we have his Energon mace, and check out how many points of articulation on this. So many ways to pose this. Very, very cool the way they did it. We're going to take his hand out, and then we pop this where the hand attached to the wrist, and look at that. Just awesome. There are so many posing options with that piece. And then we have his Energon sword. Look at the detail on that. It's so cool. Mine comes apart. I'm not sure if it's supposed to, but it doesn't hurt it at all that it does. We're just going to put it in his hand, close the fist around it, and, you know, it looks really awesome to me. Check that out, the way he can hold that. Super cool. And then he comes with this little blaster, which has some really good detail to it. We're just going to take it, put it in his hand, close the fist around it. And if you're like me, it might take you a little bit to get it in there right. But once you do, he holds it very nicely. Check that out. It looks really cool. I love the way that the index finger sticks out a little bit past for the trigger. And then we have this piece right here, which if he could transform, would be the barrel of the gun that he turns into, but it does serve another purpose. In the meantime, it does just attach to his back, and that slot right there, push it in, completes the Megatron aesthetic. So this Megatron has some pretty cool light up features, which unfortunately I don't have the batteries to test right now, but his eyes do light up red. When you take this right here, there's a magnet on the end. You just pop it against his forehead. That triggers the lights to come on. And just to show you guys that this is a magnet, look at that right there. And then this cannon actually has a light feature as well. There's a button right here, and then this will light up red. And I really wish I had the batteries to show you. I wish I had the batteries so I could put it on myself and just look at it, because it's freaking awesome. But I had to let you guys know that it did that, even though I can't show you it. But man, this Megatron is absolutely an amazing figure. So there you go, nerds. This is the Yolopark Megatron AMAK Pro Series model kit. This thing is absolutely fantastic. I cannot express to you how much I really like this figure. Please, if you're interested in getting one, check out the link below. Get it from the TikTok shop, Yolopark. You guys will not be disappointed.